Ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum and a very warm good morning. Let's begin with the roundup of this week's activities. We begin with the Right to Self-Determination Day for the people of Jammu and Kashmir that was celebrated on the 5th of this month. The date marks the adoption of the United Nations Security Council resolution on Jammu and Kashmir on 5th of January 1949, which basically enshrines that the people of Jammu and Kashmir have the right to determine their own future through a free and impartial plebiscite under the auspices of the United Nations. The international law recognizes the right to self-determination as a cornerstone of the principle enshrined in the UN Charter. The Kashmiri people have been denied this right by India for over 4 decades. The illegal occupation of Jammu and Kashmir by India stands as a stark tragedy of our time. The people of Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir continue to endure systemic repression, widespread human rights violations, and denial of their fundamental rights and dignity. India has made consistent efforts to silence the genuine leadership of the Kashmiri people and muzzle the media. The number of Kashmiri political prisoners is ever increasing, in prison is ever increasing, and number of political activities have been outlawed by the authorities. The profiling and harassment of innocent Kashmiris, arbitrary detentions, and the so-called cordon and search operations have become a norm in the occupied territory. Thousands of Kashmiri leaders and members of the civil society in IIO-J&K are imprisoned. Masarrat Alam, Shabir Ahmed Shah, Asiya Andrabi, Dr. Qasim Faktu, Advocate Abdul Qayyum, Fahmida Sufi, and many others have endured decades of incarceration. Yasin Malik stand convicted after a sham trial. Khurram Parvez and journalist Irfan Mehraj languish in jail on account of reprisals by the Indian occupation authorities. Indian illegal and unilateral actions of 5th August 2019 represent a blatant attempt to consolidate the illegal occupation through demographic engineering of IIO-J&K. These matters are designated to systemically transform the Kashmiri people into a disenfranchised community in their own homeland, in clear violation of international law and principles of self-determination. Despite enduring decades of oppression and countless sacrifices, the Kashmiri people have remained resolute in their just struggle to achieve their right against Indian occupation. Pakistan will continue to extend its unwavering moral, political, and diplomatic support to the Kashmiri people in their just struggle for the right to self-determination. The second important development, ladies and gentlemen, during the visit was the Deputy Prime Minister visit to China and the 7th round of the strategic dialogue. The joint communique issued after this, you must have seen. This dialogue was held in Beijing on 4th of January 2026. The joint communique is a comprehensive document summing up the discussions on entire spectrum of Pakistan-China relations in wide-ranging areas, including strategic and political cooperation, as well as cooperation on defense and security, economy, trade, investment, cultural, people-to-people exchange, and international and regional issues of shared interest. The two sides reaffirmed their unyielding support to each other on issues concerning their core interest. Pakistan reaffirmed firm commitment to One China principle and reiterated that Taiwan is an inalienable part of China's territory. Pakistan firmly supports efforts of China to achieve national reunification and on issues concerning Xinjiang, Xizang, Hong Kong, and the South China Sea. China reiterated its steadfast support to Pakistan to safeguard its sovereignty, independence, territorial integrity. China commended the comprehensive measures taken by Pakistan to combat terrorism and fully recognizes the significant contribution and huge sacrifices that Pakistan has made in combating terrorism over many years. The two sides agreed to further align their development plans and priorities and build on the upgraded version 2.0 of the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, which is pioneer project of the Belt and Road Initiative. The two sides emphasized the importance of South Asian regional order underpinned by the United Nations Charter, the international law, and the basic norms governing international relations. They reiterated opposition to any unilateral actions and reaffirmed the significance of maintaining peace and stability in South Asia and necessity of resolving outstanding disputes through dialogue and consultations. The Pakistani side briefed the Chinese side on its position and latest developments of the situation in Jammu and Kashmir. China reiterated that Jammu and Kashmir dispute is a leftover from the history and should be properly and peacefully